Yo, what's up, weirdos? What's going on, guys? Okay, how the heck are you? Kind of a discombobulated day so far today, but you guys know I love my Mondays. It's a good day to have a good day, guys. How the hell are you? What's going on out there? All right, so Bitcoin sitting at 115,373. Not bad, sitting above the two moving averages, the 30-day and the 100-day moving averages. Very nice, very nice. But I still think that what happened here, if you see this new yellow box down here, if you're wondering what that is the new CME gap that we opened this morning. Or yesterday, I mean, not this morning, yesterday, right? So it's about 110,000, what are we at? It's actually like this, right? It's actually a pretty big gap. 100, it was like 113,000. Anyway, something like that. That's the CME gap that we opened, right? So, and then we have this one up here at 117,300 roughly. So we got a couple of CME gaps that got to get filled here, guys. We'll see what happens, right? Let's get into the chat just a little bit. There she is, the one and only Gamma Goddess. Let's get this money. Cody dropping that super sticker. I appreciate you, my guy. Cody, I need you to send me a DM over on the Patreon. Got a question for you, and I can't seem to find our conversation. So yeah, DM me over there today. Let's get into the chat just a little bit, man. William, good to see you, buddy. H. Barbarina in the house. It's me, Mario. What's up, Senor Rob? And future familia. Let's get this dinero. Let's do it. Beebs, my guy, my dude, my brother from another mother. I got the hiccups. Holy smokes. John, blessings, my friend. Super fantastic. Aaron says 20-minute timer now. No, it was only 20 minutes today because something came up last second, so I had to take care of something. Al says, yes, it is. Guys, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. We have 90 people here so far and 44 likes. Let's get those likes up and moving, guys. Ethan, my guy, thank you so much, my friend, for supporting the channel. Can you look at Avantis? For you, my guy? Of course I can. Of course I can. Let me just pull up the Avantis chart. Super chats have been kind of lean lately. Kind of lean. All right, so Avantis right now holding some support. We do have a little bit of support. As you can see, where we're at right now, we had support right back here. We bounced off of it there. And it's been support for the last 3 days after breaking it. It was resistance for 1, 2, 3, 4 days before that. And then resistance again for 1, 2, 3, 4 days there. So we do have a rather significant level we're sitting at for Avantis right now. Now, if we cannot hold support, well, we have a potential support level right around there, around 70 cents 5. If we lose 70 cents 9, right? And if we lose that, I mean, we're probably looking somewhere around there, around 64 cents 2 for support there. In a worst case scenario, we'll come back and double bottom right around 48 cents. It was resistance here, support here, so it's been support all through here. So those are your support levels to the downside. But if we do break to the upside, as you can see, we've had resistance right here as well for the last 4 days. We've had resistance right at 82 cents 6. So we're in a tight little range right now on Avantis, right? A break to the upside. I'd like to see it move back down to that 40 cent, 48, 49 cent range because I want to buy more, if I'm being honest with you, right? But if we hold support here, if we can break resistance, then probably around 95 cents, and if not 111, 112 cents, $1.11, $1.12. Did I say 111 cents? What the hell is wrong with me today? Holy smokes. So yeah, so those are your levels for Avantis. Mr. Spice, right? What's up, buddy? Where could you layer AI going this cycle? We're going to see layer AI. What's the ticker for? Isn't it LAI or something like that? It's not on here. Let me check. Layer AI. Where could I see layer AI going? Wow. High risk, high reward on this one. Fantastic. Fantastic. All-time high, 14 cents. I'd probably, if you can get somewhere around 5-6 cents in the near term, I say 5-6 cents because for me, this would be a swing bag, right? I'd probably buy it. I'd get out around 4 or 5 cents, maybe 6 cents, and then I would roll my profits into something else. Not financial advice. But that's what I would do with it if it was me. So, okay, let's get back into the chat. Where are we here? Beebs, my guy, my dude. John, blessings, my friend. Jake the Snake says, Zebek makes me want to become an ape. There you go. Back test, and away we go. Ethan says, I'm optimistically bearish. I believe prices will go down. Therefore, we will go full send. Absolutely. Kizza, what's up, buddy? Yo, Rob. You're an hour early for me. Daylight savings for us was this weekend. Oh, I'm all over the place for you then. Jesse and James says, good afternoon, Rob. Great poll question. RWA DeFi DPIN. Did I just put all ZBEX tags in? There you go. Ditto, what's up, man? DeFi is my favorite narrative because it's the future of money. You're absolutely right. That's why it's my favorite narrative as well, my friend. Quentin, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Joy says, happy Monday, Patreon family. Hit the likes. Have a great day. Danny in the house. We will have another pipe soon. Another pip soon. I think you mean pump? Dip. Okay. Optimistically bullish. Yo, boy. Marcus, what's up, buddy? Not sure if you already discussed this in previous show, but did the Russell breakout? It's been teasing us. The Russell's been teasing us. Smells weird in here. Dave, what's up, man? Let's go, baby. Rise above. What's happening, man? John Doe. Trump coin. There you go. Yeah, Trump coin's pumping today, isn't it? Jared, happy Monday, brother. Things are getting spicy. Yes, I love my Mondays, guys. Cryptus, what's going on? Good to see you. Benjamin, what's happening, man? Let's get this cheddar. Absolutely. Over the tops in the house, Benjamin. I'm locked in for a nice stop-loss profit for the swing trade already. Nice. Either way, yes, the swing trade we put in yesterday is going swimmingly, and we entered a new trade in our trading group this morning as well. You're not going to want to miss out on these opportunities, guys. Get over to our trading group. People are rolling in profits, and it's less than the price of a cup of coffee, for crying out loud. Penny Packer, hey, Rob, are you concerned with Plume's token? I already, no, I addressed that already. No, I'm not concerned with it at all. I literally did a Plume video, a comprehensive deep dive video on Plume, and I specifically discussed the tokenomics of it, I believe. So I always look at the token unlocks and what's ahead for the next 6 months when I do my deep dives. So I would highly encourage you to watch the Plume video. What's up, Crypto J505? Terry, what's up, buddy? Love you, Rob, and all you do, my friend. Thank you. Will ZBEC go to 25 cents as board run? I mean, it's possible. Ramona, everyone, please hit the like and subscribe here and on Crypto Blueprint. Absolutely. Slay all the trade swords. Let's go, man. All right, we're caught up in the chat, guys. Let's get into the news. Let's see what's going on out there in the crypto space. All right, what do we have? XRP open interest just reset again. Here's what happened the last time this occurred. XRP open interest on Binance has again reset to early lows, giving the XRP market more room to breathe. This is largely due to the October 10th market crash, which triggered massive liquidations across the market and gave long-term holders a clean slate. According to Crypto Quant analyst Peelin, the market might be setting up for a rally similar to the one that pushed XRP above the $3.55 peak in July. In her latest analysis, I explained that XRP open interest, or OI, which tracks active futures contracts, has fallen back to the same level it reached in April and May of 2025. When this happened in April, XRP traded at much lower prices, yet the open interest is now just as low while the token holds steady around $2.50. She believes this shows the strong holders are in control while speculative trading activity has thinned out. In simple terms, more buyers are choosing to hold actual XRP rather than play the futures market. She pointed out that when open interest hits its bottom in April, XRP quickly climbed to $3.50 as trading volume picked up. For context, XRP open interest on Binance dropped to a low of 541.5 million on April 16th. At this point, XRP traded around $1.80 to $2. However, as open interest recovered, prices soared to the peak of $3.55. Recently, XRP open interest has dropped to $494 million, down from the $1.3 billion peak recorded on October 6th. For days before the market crash, notably on this day, total figures stood at $3 billion, with open interest now back at similar lows. She thinks the setup looks very similar to the April-May pump. She said that such deep open interest drops usually mean one of two things. Either leverage has been flushed from the system, giving the market room to rise again, or traders have shifted their focus from futures to spot trading. Since XRP still trades near $2.50, she leans towards the first explanation and sees it as an early stage of a new uptrend. Meanwhile, she highlighted the $2.20 to $2.40 range as a short-term buying zone, according to her. As long as XRP stays above that range, a broader bullish trend remains intact. Further, the analyst identified $1.85 as the major structural support that formed during the last consolidation phase. At the same time, 60 cents to 70 cents area stands as the deeper psychological floor tied to previous open interest lows. On the upside, she sees $2.80 to $3 band as the first resistance to watch. If XRP breaks through that range, she expects momentum to build quickly. The next test sits between $3.30 and $3.50, which marks the peak from the last rally and serves as a critical zone. Clearly, this level, alongside the rise in XRP open interest, could lead to a full breakout phase. Based on earlier patterns, she sees $4.20 to $4.50 as the realistic price ceiling if this move repeats. She also noted that XRP's strong price, despite weak open interest, suggests that many short sellers might be trapped. If open interest starts to climb again, those short positions could add fuel to the next leg up, because they would have to buy more XRP to keep their position open, right? She estimates that even a 25% rise in open interest sustained over several days could spark a rapid surge towards $3.50, possibly extending the rally to $4.50 once the barrier breaks. However, analysts like Blockchain Backer believe XRP's short-term price action may be leaning bearish. What do you guys think? Are we going up? Are we going down? Who knows? Put your right foot in, put your right foot out, put your right foot in, shake it all about. Penny Packer, I watched the Plume video, but dove in myself and noticed they have a 2.4% unlock each month coming up, and 13% unlock in January. Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure. Oh, you did watch the Plume video, okay? Yeah, no, they're not concerning to me personally. So I explained why in the video. We have a bot, Barrio, spamming a scam coin in the chat. Okay, so let's get the Bitcoin chart up here real quick while we get into the next piece. All right, so Bitcoin sentiment shifts to neutral after 2-week fear period. The Fear and Greed Index climbed out of the fear zone on Sunday, reaching neutral territory for the first time since mid-October, when President Trump's China tariff announcement triggered a massive market sell-off. Market sentiment has improved by almost 20 points since last week, as Bitcoin surged back to $115,000 over the weekend. The recovery marks a sharp reversal from the yearly low of 24 that followed Trump's October 10th tariff declaration, which liquidated $19 billion in leveraged positions across the crypto market. Thanks, bro. Right? Glassnode data suggests aggressive Bitcoin selling pressure has subsided significantly in recent days. The analytics platform noted in Sunday's post that spot and futures cumulative volume delta have flatlined for the first time since October 10th crash, indicating reduced selling intensity. So sellers are becoming exhausted at this point, which means no selling pressure, less downward pressure. Funding rates remain below the neutral level of 0.01%, showing no excessive long positions for market froth. That's good, right? The longs are not piling up, which means less of a risk of a liquidation and a long squeeze to the downside. According to Glassnode, in fact, funding flipped very negative several times over the past 2 weeks, demonstrating that participants are approaching the market with caution rather than excessive leverage. The shift in sentiment arrives alongside declining Bitcoin selling pressure and potential bearish catalysts on the horizon. Sorry, bullish catalysts on the horizon. Bearish catalyst. Data from CME Group, FedWatch tool, indicates a 96.7 probability that the Fed will cut interest rates by 0.25% on October 29th, the day after tomorrow. Trump's tariff announcements on October 10th had initially plunged the index from a greed score of 71 down to 21 in the fear zone. The dramatic decline reflected widespread panic, and leveraged traders faced margin calls and forced liquidations across exchanges. The Fear and Greed Index measures overall cryptocurrency market sentiment through various indicators, including volatility, market momentum, social media activity, and trading volume. The neutral reading suggests investors are neither overly fearful nor excessively greedy at the current level, which is good. We're in the neutral zone. Little Star Trek reference for you there. Make it so. Market participants appear to be watching for additional confirmation of the trend reversal before committing significant capital. The combination of stabilizing sentiment, reduced selling pressure, and potential Fed rate cuts could set the stage for further Bitcoin price appreciation in the coming weeks. Strap in, strap on, let's go, baby. But we're not done there. Strategy has added another 390 Bitcoin, holding now at 640,808 Bitcoin. Strategy has added 390 Bitcoin, as I said, to its corporate treasury. According to the chairman and co-founder Michael Saylor and his post on X this morning, the purchase, valued at roughly $43.4 million, was made at an average price of $111,053 per Bitcoin. The company now holds a total of 640,808 Bitcoin, acquired for approximately $47.44 billion at an average price of $74,032 per Bitcoin. According to the official announcement, Strategy's Bitcoin yield remains at 26% year to date, tracking the asset's 2025 surge beyond $110,000. A lot of scam bots in the chat right now. The latest acquisition follows last week's smaller addition of 168 Bitcoin for $18.8 million, continuing the firm's measured pace of accumulation, even as market prices near record highs. The move reinforces Strategy's steady approach to Bitcoin's treasury management, characterized by frequent incremental purchases rather than large speculative buys. It also reflects the firm's continued use of the dollar cost averaging approach through volatile market conditions, maintaining its position as the largest publicly known corporate holder of Bitcoin. With institutional interest in digital reserves growing, Strategy's holdings represent a large share of the Bitcoin held by public companies, making it a key reference point for measuring corporate exposure to the asset. Very nice. Yes, you like it. All right, let's go over to Squawk Box, guys, and see what's happening over there. I know you've been dying to know what's happening on Squawk Box this morning. Busiest week in earnings season. However, Stephanie Link on what investors should expect.
Busiest week of earnings season is upon us. We want to bring in Stephanie Link for this. Steph, it's not just earnings season. Man, we've got this potential trade deal that looks like it's in a much better situation. We have the markets at new highs. We've got the futures up sharply this morning. kind of on a roll here. Does that make you feel good, or do you get nervous when things were this good?
Oh, I feel really good, Becky, and thanks for having me. Good morning. The economy is hanging in there, more than hanging in there. It's running at 3.9%, according to the Atlanta Fed tracker. The Fed is about to really embark on more easings ahead, and we have that this week, of course. And Fed Powell actually also hinted that maybe they would even go in December. So I think feel good about that. And then it's all about earnings, right? Earnings are actually much better than expected. And I was thinking we would see 10 to 12% in earnings growth. So far, we're at 15%, with revenues growing 8% and margins expanding. So it is a really good environment. And again, it all has to do with the economy is doing well. And one thing we've learned from the management teams on all these conference calls is they're feeling better. They know the tax bill. They know a little bit more about tariffs, and they're dealing with the tariffs. A little bit better than expected, by the way. PMIs are in expansion mode, so they're spending more. They feel better. And I think they sound a lot better on the call so far than last quarter, certainly.
Last week, it was all about the banks, and we did see the banking index, or the banking ETF. I think it was up by better than 3%, even though the major averages were up by closer to 1%. Outperformance in those banks. This week, you've got a lot of the tech names, Microsoft, Google, and Meta, all reporting on Wednesday, and some of the industrials, too, like Boeing. So what do you do ahead of those numbers coming out for any of those?
Well, I mean, I own quite a few of them. I think with regards to the banks, on any weakness, you want to be buying. And I'm really excited about this H-band buying cadence this morning. That just shows the confidence that these banks have now, and the fact that the deregulation is happening in terms of being allowing companies to do some more M&A. In fact, H-band has done 2 acquisitions in 4 months, so that's kind of cool. So on any weakness, I want to be buying the banks. And then in terms of this week, I own Meta. I don't own Microsoft and Alphabet. I think with Meta, to me, it's trading at 21 times forward estimates, and you're getting 22% revenue growth and operating margin expansion. Remember last quarter, Meta had 500 basis points of operating margin expansion. I don't know if we're going to see that this go round. But I do think that the company has gotten much more disciplined in terms of the expenses. So that'll be that. In terms of Microsoft and Alphabet, we got to see cloud revenues stay strong. So last quarter, Microsoft had Azure about 40%, and Alphabet had about 32% in their cloud business. So can it stay that strong? And I think it probably will. So on any weakness, I think you want to be buying it. We're just not getting the weakness that much.
Back in January, you named Boeing your favorite idea for the year. Again, they're reporting this week. How's that stock done since January? Somebody show me a chart year to date.
I think it's up about 20%.
There you go, 26. So. 26%.
26. Yeah. I mean, it's done nicely. I was hoping it would do even better. I think it will do better. It's really all about the 737 MAX and the production. And we know that the FAA gave them approval to increase the 737 MAX production to 42 a month from 38. Why is that important? It's important because eventually when they deliver these planes, that means they get more free cash flow. And I think that the free cash flow estimates, it's for negative $400 million this quarter. I think they're going to easily beat it. And I think over time, over the next several years, you can get to something like $10 billion in free cash flow. And that is what this company trades on. New management, and they're not even new anymore. They've been there for about a year, but really good management, proven track record, good execution. It has never been a demand problem for Boeing. It has been an execution problem, a safety problem. And I think that management team is actually fixing it.
Markets are showing strength so far today, guys. I will have a look at silver in a minute, House, for you. But I wanted to show you guys our website first. Check this out. If you are new to crypto, guys, this is the place you want to be. You're going to get our free newsletter over there. All right, check it out. Every week it's updated, the latest and greatest. You're going to want to go read it. Check it out, guys, everything that we cover. You get all of our insights on what we've been covering. Base Network, we did a deep dive into Base, Zbeck Volumes 1 and 2, Avantis, Astir. Get the latest important deep dive updates on these things, guys. Our videos, our courses, and so much more. Learn from the best, guys. Also, we're tracking my trip to Jasmine Labs in Tokyo next month. The latest from Blockchain Buzz every Saturday at 6 p.m. Central. We have a show. We bring together the top minds in the crypto YouTube space for a unfiltered roundtable discussion on everything happening in crypto and so much more, guys. All of these things are accessible through our website. Check it out today. The link is down below in the description. All right, let me go look at the gold chart you wanted to see, right? Let's have a look at the gold. All right, so that's Bitcoin on the weekly. Let's have a look at the gold chart. Oh, wrong one. Come on. Gold. There we go. Yeah, gold's having a little bit of a pullback here. We found support on the weekly time frame. Where was resistance here 3 weeks ago? Right around $4,000. Silver. Silver has wicked down through multiple. So we've fallen below support at $47.94. We wicked all the way down to $46.58 and then back up again over the $46.58. We touched 46 even. It's possible we come down to $43.84. It's possible we come down there for resistance, but because this is the weekly time frame. So let's go to the daily, right? As you can see on the daily, we had a little bit of liquidity area right here for supports at 43.89. It's possible we come back down there, but we would have to fall below the 50-day moving average. So I don't know if we're going to fall below there personally. I think there's a good chance we hold support at $46.58 personally. So yeah, maybe we go for a double top. I can see us going for a double top at what did we reach here on silver? $54.12 roughly. So yeah. Started in Trinidad and is the base for the United States. U.S. taking over Venezuela. Bitcoin will pump. Jared, what's up, buddy? What's the Russell up to? I just mentioned the Russell. Try to pay better attention. Russell. Oh, wrong one. Damn it, man. Russell 2000. Boom. We broke above the previous cycle high, as you can see. This was the previous cycle high back here. We have broken above. Let's clean this up a little bit. Man, yeah, we've hit new all-time highs on the Russell. Twice we've hit resistance here. Right there on the daily. So yeah, we're doing okay. We're just ping-ponging in a range right now. So Russell's looking good, man. Russell's looking very strong. Very, very strong. No problem, old house. Overcome. I love gold. Gold member. I love gold. The Boeing 737 MAX are terrible design. Nice. There you go. All right, let's keep going with the news. Let's keep going with the news. So Citi has partnered with Coinbase to power 24/7 digital asset payments for institutional clients. Citi and Coinbase have announced a strategic collaboration aimed at advancing digital asset payment infrastructure for institutional clients. The partnership will focus on integrating fiat pay-ins and payouts, supporting Coinbase's on- and off-ramp system, exploring new methods for fiat to stablecoin settlements, creating a seamless bridge between traditional finance and on-chain ecosystems. In its initial phase, the collaboration will allow Citi's institutional clients to execute real-time transactions between fiat and digital assets through Coinbase's payment rails. Both firms plan to expand these capabilities globally, eventually enabling 24/7 cross-border payments that operate independently of traditional banking hours. Quote, the financial landscape is changing fast, and we're thrilled to join Coinbase to explore new and innovative payment options for our global clients, said Dobama Sun, head of payment services at Citi. With more than 300 payments clearing networks across 94 markets globally, collaborating with Coinbase extends our network of networks strategy and makes payments truly borderless. Coinbase Brian Foster, global head of crypto as a service, he added, quote, Citi's global reach and payments expertise make them an ideal partner as we advance digital asset capabilities. Together, we're building solutions that simplify and expand access to digital payments, laying the groundwork for the next generation of financial infrastructure. This partnership reinforces both Citi's and Coinbase's leadership in digital finance innovation, combining Citi's institutional network and compliance expertise with Coinbase's blockchain technology and liquidity access. It follows Citi's ongoing expansion of 24/7 financial services, including Citi token services and real-time USD clearing, designed for continuous settlement and treasury optimization. As the boundaries between fiat and digital assets continues to blur, the Citi Coinbase partnership positions both firms at the forefront of tokenized payments era, catering to global institutions seeking faster, compliant, and always on settlement systems. Danny, what's up, man? We got the 747 Max on the way to Japan. First time in my life, I get anxiety flying. I've never flown overseas before myself, brother, so when I go to Japan next month, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. EZ says, yo, what's going on, fam? Good to see everyone. Nice. Oh, House, you ever meet Yukon Cornelius? He is the greatest prospector in the North. He always knows where to find silver and gold. No, I have not. But let's keep rolling along here as crucial global macroeconomic calendar navigating this week's market shakers. Let's get into that just a little bit. But first, let's put Bitcoin back on the screen. All right, so what do we have? For cryptocurrency enthusiasts and investors, understanding the global macroeconomic calendar is not just an option, it's a necessity. The financial world is interconnected, and decisions made by central banks or shifts in economic data can send ripples through the traditional markets, directly influencing the volatile crypto landscape. This week promises a flurry of significant events that demand your attention, offering both potential risks and opportunities for those who are prepared. The upcoming days are packed with high-impact announcements that could dictate market sentiment, currency strength, and investor risk appetite. These factors are critical drivers for the assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. When central banks adjust interest rates or release economic forecasts, they signal their stance on inflation and growth, which in turn affects liquidity and investment flows into riskier assets, including digital currencies. Understanding these events helps you anticipate potential market movements. For instance, a hawkish stance from the U.S. Federal Reserve might strengthen the dollar and potentially put downward pressure on crypto prices. As investors seek safe havens, conversely, a dovish tone could encourage risk-on behavior, benefiting cryptocurrencies. The global macroeconomic calendar serves as your roadmap to these pivotal moments. The week kicks off with a crucial focus, with critical support, on the United States Federal Reserve. Their decisions are arguably the most influential for global markets due to the dollar's reserve currency status. Pay close attention to these, including 6 p.m. UTC, the interest rate decision of the FOMC meeting, 6:30 p.m., the press conference for Jerome Powell. Those events can trigger immediate reactions across equities, bonds, commodities, and of course, cryptocurrencies. A surprise hike or cut, or even a subtle change in language can shift market narratives dramatically. So even the tone in which Powell speaks could pump or dump these markets. On Wednesday, we bring the multifaceted set of economic data and central bank actions from different corners of the globe, amplifying the importance of global macroeconomic calendars. We have on Wednesday the Bank of Japan interest rate decision at 3 a.m. UTC. We have the third quarter GDP, primarily gross domestic product, at 12:30 p.m. UTC. We have the Eurozone interest rate decision at 1:15 p.m. And at 1:55 p.m., we have the FOMC member Michelle Bowman speaking. And at 5:20 p.m., the Dallas Fed President Lori Logan speaks. So there's a lot going on this week, guys. Speeches from the FOMC members provide additional color to the Fed's thinking, often reinforcing or slightly adjusting the market's interpretation of previous statements. These insights are crucial for fine-tuning your understanding of central banks' directions. On Thursday, the 31st, Halloween, we have the September core personal consumption, the PCE data, and you have Lori Logan and Raphael Bostic from the Federal Reserve speaking again, right? The PCE data is particularly important for crypto investors as it directly informs the Fed's inflation fight. Further speeches from influential Fed officials like Logan and Bostic offer more opportunities to gauge central banks' collective sentiment and future actions. Seizing the opportunity. This week is packed with global macroeconomic calendar presents a dynamic environment for all market participants, especially those in cryptocurrency. By staying informed about interest rate decisions, GDP reports, inflation data, and central bank speeches, you can better anticipate market volatility and make more informed trading and investment decisions. Charts alone are not enough. You must be paying attention to the macroeconomic calendar. It matters, simply put. So make sure you are paying attention. Also, we have, why did I move that off the screen? Also, we have this. Actually, you know what? Let's pull the Solana chart up. I want to pull the Solana chart up for this. All right, as we look at the Solana chart on the daily time frame. All right, so what do we have here for Solana? Hong Kong has approved the initial Solana ETF for Hong Kong's stock exchange. So the Hong Kong's Security and Futures Commission authorized China AMC first spot Solana ETF, set to debut today, October 27th, 2025, at the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. The ETF launch signifies growing institutional confidence in Solana, likely catalyzing substantial capital inflow and enhancing the region's cryptocurrency market dynamics. Hong Kong Securities and Futures Commission has approved the China AMC Solana ETF, set to list today. I already said that. China's asset management, Hong Kong Ltd, managed this launch following earlier Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETF introductions. The ETF will trade on in Hong Kong dollars, the Chinese yen, and the US dollar. OSL Digital Securities manages trading custody. The ETF's introduction could bolster Solana's prevalence in institutional portfolios, potentially drawing inflows of up to $1.5 billion within the first year. Analysts project heightened interest despite initial volumes being lower than notable Ethereum ETF debuts. Managed with 1.99% total expense cap, the fund includes a 0.99% annual fee. It holds and tracks actual Solana tokens rather than derivatives, so it is a spot listing, not a futures. This ETF arrival follows Hong Kong's recognition of another crypto asset beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum. The launch signals rising institutional trust in Solana's infrastructure. Initial market reaction suggests increased liquidity and interest in Layer 1 ecosystems, which could spur similar product expansions. Concurrently, Solana's price saw a positive adjustment. The ETF may catalyze regulated interest in decentralized finance, similar to Bitcoin and Ethereum's experiences following their spot ETF approvals. Big things on Solana, guys. You love to see it. Let's segue back over to Squawk Box. Dave says, Rudolph's buddy, Rob Yukon. Easy says, I saw a comment about 402, X402. Have you touched on this? Sui AI is tweeting about it, migrating to the Sui infrastructure. I'll have to do a little bit more reading into it, Easy. Jared says, I appreciate you working and listening mostly always. Nice. O'Doyle rules. O'Doyle rules. Senior Rob, if you like curry, you got to try a place called Coco Ichibanya. Oh, yeah. Kat, good to see you, Kat. What's going on? Senator Rubin says, don't want to see a ACA. So we've got more on the government shutdown.
Joining us now, Arizona Democrat Senator Ruben Gallego. Senator, it's good to have you on. You've got a bill. Senator Johnson had a bill. Did both of them fail to pass at this point? Have I got that right?
Yeah, I mean, actually, ours didn't even fail to pass. The Republicans refused to hear it and let it to the floor. Instead of debating it and actually putting to a vote, they stopped it altogether. And our bill was actually very clean and simple, which is give everybody, every employee that's a government employee right now that is not being paid, pay while we work this out.
The other bill, I guess the criticism, did you agree with that?
So basically he just said, let's pay everybody for sitting at home. How do taxpayers feel about that, I wonder? I bet you'd like to get paid to sit at home too, right? And not do your job.
From Democrats that it gave President Trump too much leeway on which ones to pay, or why did that not pass?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, because it gave the president the power to decide which employee was essential or not. And let's be honest, this president is quite temperamental. He acts like a child. He's very petty. And if you give him that power, he would use it in a petty, temperamental, childlike way.
Senator, I guess the critics of Democrats would say it's similar here. You're talking about a clean bill. The continuing resolution is a clean bill, a clean resolution, same as the one that was in March. And all along, it looked like that was going to be sufficient to get enough votes to pass. And it's just not.
I'm sorry,
Democrats
to who?
Democrats are demanding negotiation.
They're
demanding negotiation on other issues. On more appropriations.
No, we're demanding a very simple thing. We want to make sure that Americans, 24 million Americans, do not see their insurance premiums doubled. In Arizona, we're talking about 500,000 people that are going to see their insurance premiums doubled, in addition to all the inflation they're dealing with right now. 4 million Americans are likely just to not buy health insurance. That's the demand here. I think what you're talking about are just like the other points that Republicans try to do to distract from the fact they're about to raise the premiums on 24 million Americans.
Well, they're not, by not extending it, it would go up. But what's the 1.5 trillion, Senator? You could extend those for 1 year. You could extend the Obamacare subsidies for $40 billion. For 10 years, you could do it for
right,
345. You're asking for 1.5
I'm sorry. Are you an insurance broker? I'm sorry. Are you an insurance broker? Are you an insurance broker?
That's not germane to this, Senator. Are
yes,
you
it does germane because 1 year. We don't know what 1 year does.
Are you an insurance broker?
No, but I actually understand why would I first go talk to them, right? The reason we just don't go for 1 year, this is my point to this, is that is that for 1 year, the premiums may not set at the point that it's not going to raise premiums to double what we're worried about. Now, if we actually go and talk to insurance brokers, we talk to the industry, we talk to insurance regulators, and say, for 1 year, if you say extend the program for 1 year, insurance premiums won't double, absolutely, right? This is all about keeping costs low. That's the one thing I focus on, so I think Democrats are focused on.
The irony is that just before he displayed that childish interaction, he referred to the president as childish, and then he proceeded to behave that way, right? The irony in it.
What we don't want to do is put ourselves in a situation where right now, where inflation is high, cost of everything is high, food, housing, we're now seeing auto loans, the largest amount of default ever. We're not going to go and just summarily just raise insurance premiums on Americans when we know that there's a smart way for us to do it. Now, I'm not saying there has to be a full extension. I'm not saying that we actually have to give everybody the same amount of premiums subsidies that we have in the past, but we have to actually think about this in a smart, tactful way so that way Americans do not see their insurance premiums double. So someone just throwing out, well, let's just do it for a year. Like, we don't know if that's the case. It may have to be 2 years, it may have to be 3 years at a minimum, so that way there's at least an off-ramp for Americans so they don't actually see their insurance rates jump.
What's in
right
the
now,
1.5 trillion? You could do it for 10 years, Senator, for $345 billion. What's in the 1.5 trillion that Democrats are demanding to open the government? And this is unheard of.
We're not demanding anything. This is just a Republican talking point. All I want is for the ACA to be extended for Americans, so 24 million people do not get their premiums doubled. That's what I'm asking for.
For how long?
I don't care. We can do a CR. We can keep it as long as we can negotiate with the Republicans. If the Republicans can come up with a good plan that is, again, does not give permanency, I think that's gone. Look, Republicans control the government. There's, the White House, Senate, and the House of Representatives. I have to actually deal with that reality. But what I want to make sure is that Americans do not suddenly get a huge bill starting January 1st. And that's
don't you need to open the government to negotiate? Don't you need to reopen the government to do that? If Republicans shut down the government next time Democrats are in charge to extract whatever it is that they happen to want, are you saying that's okay? Are you saying that's okay if they do that?
I mean, the Republicans have done this quite a while, yes. Yeah,
Republicans have done this a lot. What did you say about it when they did it?
I don't know, and I don't care. What matters is, again, about 24 million Americans. What I care about, 24 million Americans, 24 million families have an opportunity to actually live the American dream and not have their insurance rates doubled overnight because the government refuses to act. Again, we can negotiate right now. By the way, how can I negotiate? The president's in Asia for 5 days. Johnson's basically keeping his the House of Representatives out till January to stop, and protect pedophiles. So who am I negotiating with right now? The other person I'm talking to right now is everyday Americans who are worried that they're going to have their insurance rates doubled overnight because Republicans refuse to act. So they're screwing up on tariffs, they're raising inflation, and now they're going to go ahead and raise your premiums.
The Republicans are refusing to be blackmailed and held hostage into what Democrats want. Mike Johnson doesn't need to do anything.
Democrats, that's what I want is 24 million Americans. I want 24 million Americans to have inflation. No,
okay,
24 million Americans want their insurance. Want healthy and affordable insurance.
I appreciate it.
You too. Have a good one.
Hang up on that guy, man. Holy crap. Oh, good times. Good times had by all. Now that is what I like to see. Quick shout out, guys, to the channel sponsor. As always, Decent Biometric Wallet. Use our link down below. Get a fantastic deal today. Let's go back to the Bitcoin chart. All right. Who voted for that? I know. He's in Arizona, so I'm hoping hopefully Max didn't, and Max and Rue didn't vote for him, but I don't know, right? Strawberry Dragon, my dream is not paying for politicians' health care. If they have to pay like us, they would keep it. Yeah, agreed. Super Groove, what's up, man? Good to see you. All right, guys, I got to get over to the Patreon. I got some coaching calls to do over there. Get over there. Join our trading group. I just dropped an updated trade from what we opened yesterday, and I dropped a new trade today. Get over there today, guys. It is less than the price of a cup of coffee. If someone walked up and said, hey, man, I will teach you how to trade, all you got to do is buy me a coffee every day. Would you buy them a coffee? Of course you would buy them a coffee. You'd be a fool not to. All of our training courses are free to our Patreon members, so get over there today. Check out our trading group. Again, I just dropped a new trading video today, and you can book your one-on-one coaching calls, join our group coaching calls, and so much more. The link is down below, or you can check the QR code in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.